My brain is constantly racing. I mean, constantly. Every single second of the day, it's racing and it's racing fast. My brain goes faster than I can talk sometimes, and I think people think I have some kind of brain damage or I'm slow or something because my wheels are always turning. They're constantly turning, and I'm never in the moment. I'm never really there. A lot of people my whole life have been telling me that I'm a space cadet or I live in my own world, and I can't help it. My brain, it's just constantly overthinking, 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 overthinking everything all day. And I'm a creative person, so I'm constantly coming up with ideas on the spot. And once I come up with an idea, I can't focus on what's going on in the reality in front of me. You know what I mean? So it drives me nuts. It drives me nuts. I'll be eating a bowl of cereal, right? And I'll be looking at the cereal box, and I'm analyzing how they made the box and what the dimensions of the box are and how much it costs to manufacture the box. And I'm looking at the graphics on the box, and I'm thinking, like, how do they do this? Did they use Photoshop? What was the guy's name who did it? Did he get paid well? Does he have a good family life? I wonder where he lives. I wonder if he's making enough money. And then I by the time I'm done thinking about it, my cereal's soggy. And then I'm like thinking about that. I'm thinking about, like, why does cereal get soggy? What's the science behind this? And I sometimes I just have to just go outside and take a deep breath. This is why I used to do a lot of drugs, and I used to drink all the time and developed such a problem with it, is because I just want my brain to shut off sometimes. It just never shuts off. I'm a guy, I'm a creative guy. I make videos, I make music, I make cartoons, and I do this stupid podcast. And I have such a hard time just sitting and watching a movie. You know what I mean? Like, I can't sit and watch a movie sometimes because I'm thinking about other things I could be doing, and then I'm analyzing how the movie was made, and what I like about it, what I don't like about it, and, like, how did they make this shot, and how did they do the special effects, and I just can't focus. I can't sit and just enjoy a movie anymore. Everyone's talking about Game of Thrones this, Game of Thrones that. I tried to watch the first episode the other night because they have every single episode on HBO now, and I just couldn't focus. So I'm missing out on this fucking phenomenizing that everyone's talking about, this Game of Thrones thing. I haven't seen one episode. I haven't finished the first episode because I just can't focus. And when I go to sleep at night, it's even worse. When I go to sleep at night, I'm thinking about every single mistake I ever made in my life, every somewhat wrong thing I ever did, dating all the way back to when I was a kid. And my conscience is just screaming at me. And people say, "Oh, well, you should try meditating." I can't. Every time I try meditating, it doesn't stop the thoughts. The thoughts just, when I'm sitting there in quiet solitude, the thoughts just come even faster. I've tried taking medication to slow the brain down, and none of it works. They're all placebos. I mean, come on, let's face it, they're all placebos. And sometimes I think it's a good thing. Sometimes I think it's a good thing because I constantly have ideas. You know what I mean? Whether they're good or bad, depending on your taste. I constantly have ideas, and I constantly am thinking about ways to implement the ideas. When I come up with a video idea, I'm never sitting down trying to come up with ideas. It just pops into my head in the middle of the day, but usually when I'm doing something else, something important. And then my brain is automatically thinking about how to make it. Like, okay, I got to do this first, then I got to do that, then I got to make a graphic of this, and then I got to make this character and that character, blah, 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 blah. And then I get my videos done super fast when I get the chance to get home. And that's another thing. Being a creative person, everyone's always trying to get in the way of me doing my creative things. So I really only have a couple hours, an hour or two out of it each day to work on stuff. because I gotta work, I gotta pay rent, I gotta do all that. So if I was getting paid to do this all day, I'd be happy as a pig in shit, and maybe my brain would stop racing all the time. Anyway, I don't know. I just had to vent about that, and just because sometimes people will be talking to me and my wheels are turning, and I'll just stop in the middle of the conversation and just stare off into space, and they think I'm high, or they think I'm stupid, and maybe I am. Maybe I am, but they just don't get that my wheels are turning when I do that. And I get really bored with conversations about stuff I don't care about, which is a horrible trait of mine. If I don't care about something, I'll pretend to listen, but really I'm just on another planet, you know what I'm saying? I'm never really here